What's going on, y'all? It's TKJ. Welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you for stopping by, man. Today I'm doing a realistic rebuild of the Charlotte Hornets. As you guys know, I've had a lot of players of off-the-court issues as of late. We'll talk about that in a second. But the goal is to win a championship within the first 3 seasons. If I can't do it during that time, then the video won't end until eventually I do. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you haven't. And without any further ado, it's time to get into this video.
Let's get it.
Alright, man, so before we get started, let's go ahead and get this out the way. We did waive Kai Jones and Miles Bridges. I'm sure you guys have seen on social media, Kai Jones has been saying a lot of crazy stuff lately, and then he publicly requested a trade, which obviously he can't do, so the Hornets went ahead and waived him. And while they haven't waived Miles Bridges as I'm recording this just yet, I think it is time to do that. There's been some recent reports, allegations that just came out. I'm not even going to get into all of it, but I'll put up a screenshot real quick if you guys want to see. And yeah, man, I think he got his second chance by being able to come back this season, but with the new reports coming out and just the overall perception of this team, I think it is time for the Hornets to put their foot down and waive Miles Bridges just to make a statement and move on from all of this. So that's why I did that. But anyways, now that we got that done, let's go ahead and take a look at our rotation breakdown. At the one, we got LaMelo Ball, obviously the face of our franchise. 22 years old, 86 overall, looked really good last year when he was healthy. 23 points per game, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 1 steal, and he also shot 38% from deep. The problem is that he only played 36 games due to an ankle injury that required surgery, so that's a little bit of a concern, but still, he should be healthy going into this upcoming season. I'm expecting a lot out of him, and it goes without saying he's going to be safe for this entire video. I can't really say the same for Terry Rozier though. 29 years old, 80 overall, I think should have a lot of trade value because he looked really good last year, especially when LaMelo wasn't on the floor. 21 points a game, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal. Also shot 33% from deep. That is a decrease, but either way, still a bucket getter. And like I said, I think a lot of teams would be interested in him. He just doesn't fit our timeline. I'd rather get some draft picks or a young player back. So we're going to look around and see what we can do. At the 3, we got Brandon Miller, second overall pick in this past year's draft. 20 years old, 78 overall. He was a little bit shaky in the summer league, but he's looked pretty good in the preseason so far. You know, obviously he's a good scorer with an NBA ready size, 6'9" for a small forward. I've said this before, I do wish they would have drafted Scoot Henderson instead. But either way, I think Brandon Miller is going to be a really good basketball player. Hopefully he can be our second option right behind LaMelo Ball, because right now it's really just a Melo and not a whole lot else. So if Brandon Miller can step up and be that Robin, if you will, that would really go a long way for this rebuild. But other way, he's going to be safe. Then at the 4, we got PJ Washington, just signed a new deal this offseason, 3 years, 46.5 M's. Shout out to him for that. He had a career year last season, man. 16 points a game, round up around here, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Also shot 35% from deep, which obviously is important because he's an in-betweener, 6'7" as a power forward center. He's got to be able to space the floor. He's got to be able to defend well. Last part definitely is a work in progress. But either way, he's 25 years old, 77 overall, definitely trending in the right direction. Is he our power forward of the future though? I'm not too sure. We'll just see how he progresses and go from there. Then at the 5, we got Mark Williams. Speaking of progression, looked really good down the stretch last season as a rookie. He finished with an average of 9 points, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, and he shot 64% from the floor. Obviously, he's not a 3-point shooter. He's a traditional big man who just goes to work down low, and there's nothing wrong with that. I do like me some Mark Williams. I do think he will be our center of the future, but kind of like PJ, it's going to come down to progression. We'll just see what he does. Taking a look at the bench now, we got Gordon Hayward, 33 years old, a veteran on this team, 78 overall, and on a 1-year deal, 31.5 M's. That's insane. It is an expiring deal, like I said, so I'd love to trade him away, but it is going to be a little bit tough finding a team that can take on that salary. So we'll just see what happens. I might end up having to keep him and just not re-sign him this offseason. That wouldn't be the worst thing, but if I can get some draft capital, maybe a young player, I definitely would take that. Then we also got Nick Richards, a nice, somewhat young center, 25 years old, 76 overall. He started off last season strong before eventually taking a back seat to Mark Williams, but it was still a career year for him, man. I mean, 8 points a game, 6 rebounds, also a block, and he shot 63% from the floor. We'll definitely take that. But with that being said, he is kind of the same player as Mark Williams, you know, a traditional center, not one who can space the floor. So I don't really think I need both of them on the team. I think at some point Nick Richards will get moved, just so that way I can bring in a big man with some range, you know, just to change things up a little bit. I think that's the game plan. Then we also got a new guy in the mix, Edmund Sumner, just signed a 1-year deal, a veteran minimum. He's 27 years old, 75 overall, second round pick in 2017. After missing 2 years due to injury, he came back with the Nets last season, looked pretty solid, 7 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, shot really efficiently. I mean, 46, 36, and 92. That's some pretty good splits. The Hornets also need some guard play off the bench, so I think he will be solid. And like I said, man, after all those injuries, I'm definitely rooting for him. Speaking of guard play, we got Nick Smith Jr. in the mix, 19 years old, 27th overall pick in this past year's draft. I'm a really big fan of him, especially on offense. He's a really good scorer. Defensively, he still needs to fill out a little bit more, but I think he does have upside there. If he can do that, I think he'll be our shooting guard of the future. If he can't, I think he'll probably be our 6th man, but we'll just see what happens. And then the last guy in our 10-man rotation is Cody Martin. Missed a lot of last season due to an injury. Either way though, when he was on the floor, he wasn't knocking down that 3 ball too well. 21%, obviously that's not going to cut it. If he wants to keep a role on his team, that's going to have to go up. And if he doesn't, I mean, he's on a pretty movable contract, about 8 M's per season for the next 3 years. We could definitely use that as salary filler for a trade. But anyways, let's take a look at some guys outside the rotation. We got Taylor Maladone, joined the team last season, and they just brought it back on a 1-year deal this offseason. He's 22 years old, 72 overall. I mean, why not take a chance on him, you know? He's a solid facilitator, but still, that 3-point shot is going to have to get better. 30% from deep last season, that's just not going to cut it, especially as a point guard. If he progresses, he'll carve out a role. If not, then he just won't. The same goes for Frank Ntilikina. I mean, the Hornets took a chance on him. He was the 8th overall pick in 2017, but it hasn't really worked out. 25 years old, 72 overall. Obviously, Frank really thrives on the defensive side of the ball, but the offense definitely has to come along if he wants to carve out a role. If not, he's just going to be too much of a liability to play. And then we got two more young guys. We got JT Thor, 21 years old, second round pick in 2021. I mean, he's got a lot of potential, you know, freak athlete, great wingspan, defensive upside, but he hasn't put it all together yet. So if he does do that, he might carve out a role. If not, he might just be someone who gets lost in the shuffle. And last but not least, we got James Bouknight, who definitely is on thin ice to this team. Last October, he was arrested on a DWI charge, and to make matters worse, he was found intoxicated and unconscious with a firearm in his hand. I mean, bro, like, we got the Miles Bridges thing going on here. We got the Kai Jones thing. We waived both of those guys in this video because they're trying to clean up the team's image. So yeah, James Bouknight is definitely on thin ice, that's for sure. But anyway, speaking of basketball with him, he is a 71 overall, and he's got a lot of work to do. You know, he's got to get more efficient shooting the ball, and he also has to fill out and be a better defender. I'm not sure what his progression looks like in 2K24, but either way, he's not really part of my future plans. Speaking of future plans though, let's take a look at our 3-year game plan. Starting off with season 1, it's pretty simple, man. I just want to sell and tank. You know, guys like Terry Rozier, maybe Gordon Hayward. If I can flip them for some picks, that would be good. Maybe some young players too. That's honestly the main goal. I try to get bad this season and get a good draft pick. So that's what we're gonna do. Then for season 2, I just want to buy low on young talent. You know, if there's any players around the league with potential who just need to change in scenery, then maybe I can bring them in and get something out of them. You know, it's gonna be like a low risk, high reward type of thing. And then finally for season 3, I think the goal is to develop the young core. I don't really see us being competitive by then. I think that probably will happen in like year 4, maybe year 5. So by year 3, I just want to have a really good young foundation. But anyways, man, that's a look at the 3-year game plan. Let's not waste any more time. Let's look around and see what trades it can do. So here's what I'm thinking, man. I'm trying to send Terry Rozier to the Los Angeles Clippers, Marcus Morris Sr., Brandon Boston Jr., and a 2028 first round pick, which does say unprotected, but it's actually going to be top 10 protected. I just couldn't do that in 2K for some reason. The Clippers need some more guard play. Obviously, they missed out on Malcolm Brogdon this offseason. You know, they had a trade with the Celtics that ultimately fell through. And granted, Terry Rozier definitely has a different role to Malcolm Brogdon, but either way, I think Terry Rozier can be a nice spark plug off the bench for them. They definitely need that. And for us, we're going to get an expiring contract with Marcus Morris Sr., and we're getting Brandon Boston Jr., who I do like a pretty good amount. He's 21 years old, second round pick in 2021. Only a 72 overall, but I think he has the potential to be a nice 3-level scorer, also a good defender. And that's honestly the key word, you know, potential. He's a young guy with some upside. That's honestly all I'm looking for at this stage in our rebuild. And some draft capital too, of course. So a first round pick, we'll definitely take that. Let's see if they will say yes to this deal. They're saying though they want Frank Ntilikina and a second round pick. That's kind of just extra stuff for 2K, but I think the real basis of this trade is the one that I showed earlier. Overall, I'm good with this though, so let's go to make that trade happen. So I'm still going to try to move Gordon Hayward at the trade deadline, but for right now, that's the team for year 1. We got LaMelo Ball, Nick Swift Jr. now starting for us. Then we got Brandon Miller, PJ Washington, and Mark Williams. Then on the bench, we got Gordon Hayward, we got Nick Richards, we got Edmund Sumner, Brandon Boston Jr., and Cody Martin. It's not going to be a very good team, man, but again, that's the plan. So let's send him to the trade deadline and see what it's looking like. Hey man, so mission accomplished. We're here to trade deadline, and we definitely are very bad. 12-38. I mean, what do you expect, right? We lost 2 of our top 3 scorers, Terry Rozier and Miles Bridges. This definitely isn't a surprise. What is surprising though is that we're actually not the worst team in the league. That's the Brooklyn Nets by 1 game. Yeah, no love from 2K24 Sim. That's pretty tough. Obviously in real life, I think this team will be a lot better than that. But either way, we still the second worst record. So the draft starter day, we would be tied for the best odds. That's really all that matters. Either way though, let me look around and see what trades I can do. So it's not a big trade, but I'm trying to send Gordon Hayward to the Dallas Mavericks, to Kyle Lowry, and 2 second round picks. I don't really know what's going on in Dallas, but they have a lot of guards right now. They still got Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, Jaden Hardy. Then they got Seth Curry. They also got Eric Gordon apparently. And man, they don't need Kyle Lowry. What they do need is a small forward. I think Gordon Hayward would be a nice fit here. And for us, it's pretty much just 1 expiring contract for another plus 2 second round picks. We'll definitely take that. Let's see if they will say yes to this deal. And they will. There we go. And that's officially the team for year 1, man. We got LaMelo Ball, Nick Swift Jr., Brandon Miller, PJ Washington, and Mark Williams. Then on the bench, you got Nick Richards. We got Brandon Boston Jr., Edmund Sumner, Cody Martin, and now JT Thor. Getting 15 minutes per game, so we'll see what he can do. But anyways, let's get back to simming now. So he won 24-58 this season, as you would expect. Not very good. But anyways, John Moran MVP. Let's take a look at the rest of this here. Anything for the Hornets? I highly doubt it. Yeah, no, there's nothing. What about the All-NBA teams? Let's take a look at this here. Probably something for Brandon Miller, I would imagine. Yeah, there we go. All-rookie first team. We'll definitely take that. And then even Nick Smith Jr., all-rookie second team. That's pretty good. So he finished tied for the second worst record in the NBA. That's definitely good to see. We're going to get tied for the best odds. Let's take a look at the stats now. LaMelo Ball led the way. Only 18 points a game. That's a little bit surprising. I mean, I gave him a 95 shot tendency, so I don't know what's up with that. But anyways, he also averaged 6 points, 8 rebounds, 1 steal, and let's see, what did he shoot from deep? 37%, that's good. Then we got Brandon Miller, 35%, we got PJ Washington, 36, Edmund Sumner, 37, we got Brandon Boston Jr., 36, so we do have a decent amount of 3-point shooting. That's good to see. But anyways, let's take a look at the rest of the stats. Brandon Miller, 16 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 steals. Then we got PJ Washington, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. Let's see, what else do we got here? Mark Williams, looking really good, man. 11 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and 2 blocks. Definitely take that. And then Nick Swift Jr., rookie year as a starter, 11 points, points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. That's pretty good to see. And our main guy off the bench was Edmund Sumner, 9 points and 2 assists. Make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats, but let's get into this playoff run. So obviously this doesn't matter to me. Let's go ahead and sim this whole thing. And all I care about is the upcoming lottery, where I'm praying we can get a top pick, man. That would really go a long way for us. But anyways, let's sim the rest of this stuff here, as it's going to be the Lakers winning it all. LeBron James Finals MVP. Shout out to him. But now it's time for the moment of truth, man. What pick are we going to get? Let's see. It says our pick is going to the Spurs. Go ahead and ignore that. Let's just go ahead and rip the band-aid off here as we fall down to number 5. That's pretty brutal. It is what it is, though. Let's go to draft night and check it out. I'm answering here, pick number 5, and honestly, this is a no-brainer. I'm going to go with Modest Buzelis. We need our power forward of the future. He definitely can be that for us. James Ward, the All-NBA ceiling. He's got really good size, great handles, and he can space the floor. That sounds good to me. Modest Buzelis, welcome to the Hornets. So now we're here in free agency, and we do have some money to spend, but to be honest with you, man, I'm still trying to be bad for this upcoming year. So I think we're just going to stay put and bring back the guys that we already have. Edmund Sumner, a 2-year deal, 3.25 M's per year. Let's go and see if he will say yes to this, and he will. There we go. So taking a look at player progression, LaMelo Ball went up forward to 90. That's really good. Then we got Brandon Miller also up forward to 82. Mark Williams up forward to 81. That's a really good sign. And I mean, it's just a lot of green arrows. Nick Richards up 1 to 77. Cody Martin up 1 to 75. Nick Steve Jr. up 4 to 75. We'll take that too. Then we got Brandon Boston Jr. up 2 to 74. Yeah, man. JT Thor up 2 to 73. Same for James Bouknight. We definitely got a young team trending in the right direction. I feel pretty good about things. So let's not waste any more time. Let's keep it moving to season 2. So the team for year 2 is looking like LaMelo Ball, Nick Smith Jr., Brandon Miller, Modest Buzelis, and Mark Williams. Off the bench, we got PJ Washington, Nick Richards. We also got Brandon Boston Jr., Edmund Sumner, and Cody Martin. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs this year, but honestly, that's fine by me. Again, I'm playing the long game on this one. So let's just into the trade deadline. Maybe I'll make a move and buy low. I'm not too sure, but let's get into it. I'm at here to trade deadline. We're pretty bad once again, 20 and 31, 14 team in the Eastern Conference. Again, that's totally fine by me, but let me look around and see if there's any trades I can do. And you know what? I'm not really saying much, which is totally fine. I'm just going to stay put, be bad this season, get a good draft pick. Then we'll go into free agency with some cap space. Maybe we'll make a move there. That sounds pretty good to me, so let's get back to simming. I'm at 32 and 50. Nikola Jokic MVP. Let's take a look at the rest of this here. Do we have anything that concerns us? No, we don't, but that's fine. What about the All-NBA teams? Let's go and take a look at this here, as we do have LaMelo Ball, All-NBA second team. That's good. Let's see. Do we have anything else here for the Hornets? Yes, we do. Modest Buzelis, All-Rookie second team. I always forget to change his name. Let me go ahead and do that off camera. But anyways, let's keep it moving. So like I said, we went 32 and 50 to 6th worst record in the NBA. I'm not mad at it. We're going to get a good pick, which is great. Anyways, let's take a look at the stats now. LaMelo Ball, 22 points. That's a lot better than last year, so we'll definitely take that. Also 5 rebounds, 10 assists. We round up around here. 1 steal, and let's see, he shot 42% from deep. That's really good. Same for Brandon Miller. We also got, let's see, not a whole lot else. Edmund Sumner, 37%. And then Cody Martin, 38%. We definitely need some more 3-point shooting, that's for sure. Anyways, Brandon Miller, 19 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 2 steals. That's really good. Nick Smith Jr., 13 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. That's nice. Then we got Mark Williams, 12 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks. And off the bench now, PJ Washington, still looking really good. 11 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. And then we got our rookie Modest Buzelis as a starter. He looked okay, 11 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Not the most efficient shooter, which is a little bit concerning, but 34% from deep. That's only a little bit below league average for a rookie. I think eventually he will get that number up. And then one more guy I want to point out is Brandon Boston Jr. looking really good in a limited role. 10 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, and only 19 minutes. That's pretty solid. But anyways, make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats. But let's keep it moving. So once again, these playoffs don't matter to me. Let's go ahead and sim this whole thing and just see how it plays out. And let's see. It is a very slow 2K24 sim. I keep forgetting about that. But anyways, the Cavs do win it all, beating the OKC Thunder in 4 games. Darius Garland Finals MVP. Shout out to him. Alrighty, it's time for the moment of truth once again. We're back here at the draft lottery. Let's go ahead and see what pick we're going to get, as we're going to rip the band-aid off here. And it looks like our pick is going to the Spurs. Is that right? I don't really know. I probably should have done my research, but let me go and look that up real quick.
20 minutes later.
Alright, so based off what I'm seeing, it looks like this pick is top 14 protected. So it's not going to convey, and as a result, we got to give them a second round pick next year. That's just based off of what I found. If I am wrong, you guys let me know. I'm gonna keep that pick, man. I need everything I can get. So yeah, I'm gonna make that trade off camera that we can get that pick back. Anyways, let's go to draft night now. I'm at some here, pick number 8. Obviously, I don't know a whole lot about the 2025 draft class, but I'm gonna go with Jaleel Bethea here. I think we do need a shooting guard, you know, in case it doesn't work out with Nick Smith Jr. And just based off what I've been reading, what I've been watching, I do like this guy a lot. He's got good size in the backcourt, 6'5". He's also a really nice scorer, and he's got defensive upside. And I mean, in 2K, they're saying it could be Klay Thompson, all NBA ceiling. We'll definitely take that. So let's go to make that pick, man. Jaleel Bethea, welcome to the Hornets. So now we're here qualifying offers, and I think I am going to decline it for James Bouknight. He's 24 years old, 74 overall, hasn't carved out a role just yet, and now we just drafted another guy at his position. I think he's the odd man out, and I'm definitely not going to pay 11 M's for him, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm sorry, my boy, but I can't do it. So like I said, man, we got a lot of money to mess around with this offseason. I'm going to try to get Tyus Jones here. I think this team needs a veteran point guard off the bench, and Tyus Jones is about as good as it gets. He's a great decision maker, really good assist to turnover ratio, definitely an upgrade over Edmund Sumner. So let's try to get him, man. 14 M's per season for 2 years. Will he say yes to this? And he will. There we go. And I'm not sure if I'll be able to pull this off, but I'm going to try to get Naz Reid as a backup center. Like I said, man, I don't really need Mark Williams and Nick Richards. Neither of them can space the floor. Naz Reid isn't really a knockdown shooter, but he is a lot more capable. And this will also let us trade Nick Richards. I think we can get some draft capital for him. So let's try to get this thing done. 16.5 M's per year for 2 seasons. Will he say yes to this? And he will. There we go. Oh, and also I forgot to mention we're going to re-sign JT Thor here. 2 years, 4.5 M's. I just don't want him to walk for nothing. So let's go ahead and get this thing done. And he says yes. Great. So taking a look at player progression, it's a lot of green arrows once again, as you would expect. LaMelo Ball up 3 to 93. We also got Brandon Miller up 4 to 86. Then we got Mark Williams up 2 to 83. We got Modest Zealous up 3 to 81. What else do we got here? We got Naz Reid up 1 to 81. We got Nick Smith Jr. up 3 to 78. Brandon Boston Jr. up 3 to 77. That's really good. And let's see what else. JT Thor up 1 to 74. I'm liking the way things are coming along so far, man. We definitely have a lot of work to do, but I feel pretty good about it. Let's move on to season 3, where it's time to make the playoffs. Alright, man, so here's what I'm thinking of trying to send Nick Richards to the Atlanta Hawks or Cody Zeller and a second round pick. They need a starting center, a good rim runner for Trae Young. I think Nick Richards will be pretty decent here. And for us, we're going to get an expiring contract and a second round pick. That sounds pretty good to me. Let's see if they will say yes to this deal here. And they will. There we go. Nick Richards, thank you for your service. And that's the team for your 3, man. We got LaMelo Ball, Nick Smith Jr., Brandon Miller, Modest Zealous, and Mark Williams. Off the bench, we got some new guys in the mix. Naz Reid, Tyus Jones. Then we got PJ Washington, Brandon Boston Jr., Angelo Bethia. Like I said, man, I think it's time to make the playoffs this year. So let's get into it. I'm answering here to trade deadline, and we're 26 and 24, 5th seed in the Eastern Conference. That's actually pretty good, but I do have one more move I want to do before I get back to simming. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. And that's trading Cody Martin to the Cavs for Georges Niang and 2 second round picks. They need a backup small forward, and Cody Martin fell out of our rotation. So I'll just take the draft capital here. Let's go ahead and see if they will say yes. They're saying no. I will just take 1 second round pick, and there we go. Done deal. And before we get back to simming, PJ Washington wants to resign with us. He's only asking for 7.5 M's per year for 2 seasons. That sounds pretty good to me. Let's go ahead and do that deal real quick. But anyways, now that we got that done, let's get back to simming. I meant to the boys in 45 and 37 this season. We definitely will take that. Luka Doncic got MVP. Let's take a look at the rest of this here. Do we have anything that concerns us? No, we don't, but that's fine. What about the All-NBA teams? Let's go ahead and take a look at that here. As we do got LaMelo Ball, All-NBA second team for the 2nd year in a row. And let's see. We should have our rookie here somewhere on this all-rookie team. There we go. All-rookie second team. That's pretty solid. I know what's better than solid. We're the 4th seed in the Eastern Conference. That is insane. I said I wanted to make the playoffs this year, but I didn't think it would be that good. We'll definitely take it. Anyways, let's take a look at the stats now. LaMelo Ball, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists, and 1 steal. Let's see. He shot 41% from deep. That's really good. Then we got Brandon Miller, 43%. We got Modest Zealous, man, 40% from deep. Like I said, I thought that number would go up, and it definitely did. So shout out to him. Then we also got Nick Smith Jr., 41%. We got Jalil Bethia, 40. Let's see what else we got. Brandon Boston Jr., 40. We also got Tyus Jones, 39. We got some 3-point shooting, man. PJ Washington, 40. That's really good to see. Anyways, let's take a look at the rest of the stats. Brandon Miller, 19 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Then we got Modest Zealous, 15 points in year 2, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. Also 1 block. Let's see. Nick Swift Jr., 12 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and a steal. And then our starting center, Mark Williams, still doing his thing. 11 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 2 blocks. Let's see. What else we got here from our new guys? We got Jalil Bethia, 10 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. Not too bad for 18 minutes per game. That's actually really good. And then we also got Naz Reid, 9.6 rebounds. We'll take that too. Anyways, make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats. But let's get into this playoff round, which finally concerns us. Alright, man. So like I said, we're going up against Philly in the first round. Let's take a look at the matchup real quick. As they got Saban Lee, not James Harden. Then they got Tyrese Maxey, Tobias Harris, Bobby Portis Jr., and Joel Embiid. It's a pretty good team. I definitely am going to shorten the rotation. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. So this looks good to me. I gave more minutes to the starters, not so much for the bench. And as much as I hate to do it, I did take Brandon Boston Jr. out of it. I just went with PJ Washington instead. But anyways, is that enough to make it out of this thing? Let's go ahead and find out, man. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to take this game by game. We do win game 1. That's good. Let's see. It is 1-1 now. That makes sense. 2-1 us. Can we go 3-1 here? Yes, we can. Can we close this thing out? No, we cannot. That's tough. Please no game 7, and it's exactly that. Come on, bro. So we're gonna have to go simcast here. If it is close, then we will jump into it. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. As let's see, we win the first quarter pretty easily there, but they win the second quarter easily. It's gonna be a close one, man. But we're kind of pulling away here, and I think we are in good shape. Yeah, there we go. So that was a close one, but we are moving on to the second round, going up against the Cavs. This is gonna be tough too. Let's take a look at the matchup. They got Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell, Jetty Osman. That's interesting. Not Cody Williams, so we did give them. He's a higher overall too. But anyways, they also got Evan Mobley and Jared Allen. I'm not gonna lie, man. I don't really like our chances here, but let's go ahead and get into this thing as we lose game 1. Let's see, we're down 2-0 now. Okay, we do win that one. That's good. I already shortened the rotation as we're down 3-1 here. And we do win that one. Can we force a game 7 here? No, we cannot. That's tough. Hey, you know what? I will definitely take that. Taking the Cavs to 6 games, that's pretty solid. And it looks like we did lose to the eventual champ, so that's good too. Taking a look at this here, it is Darius Garland, Finals MVP. Shout out to him. So we do have pick number 19 in the draft. That's not too bad. Let's go ahead and check it out. And obviously, I don't know anything about this draft class. I'm going to go with the best guy available. I think that's Chase Blackman. I mean, he's 19 years old, younger than the rest of the guys here. He's a 6'9" power forward, so an in-betweener. Larry Johnson all-star ceiling. That makes sense. Let's go to make that pick. Chase Blackman, welcome to the team. So the only guy we got to bring back in free agency is Brandon Boston Jr., 9.75 M's, 3 years. He definitely has earned it. Let's see if he will say yes to this deal, and he will. There we go. Let's take a look at player progression now. Still nothing but green arrows, so that's really good to see. LaMelo Ball stay put in 93. That's totally fine. It does say 94 in the top left corner, so we'll definitely take that. Then we got Brandon Miller up 3 to an 89. We got Modesty Zealous up 4 to an 85. That's really good. Mark Williams up 1 to an 84. We also got Nick Smith Jr. up 3 to an 81. Let's see what else we got here. Jalil Bethia, man, up 4 to an 80. I mean, it's an open competition for that starting shooting guard spot with Nick Smith Jr., so we'll see how that plays out. But anyways, let's take a look at the rest of this here. JT Thor up 2 to 76. Honestly, I think a guy like PJ Washington might be expendable if we do want to roll with JT Thor as our backup power forward. Again, we'll see what happens, but either way, we got a lot of options. I feel really good about this team. We made the second round last year. Let's go to season 4 now, where I think it's time to make a real deep run. So for year 4, the team's looking like LaMelo Ball, Nick Smith Jr., Brandon Miller, Modesty Zealous, and Mark Williams. Same starting lineup, but like I said, Jalil Bethia isn't far off. He's getting 23 minutes per game at this point, only 2 less than Nick Smith Jr. It's definitely an open competition at that 2 spot. But anyways, we also got Naz Reid, we got Tyus Jones, we got Brandon Boston Jr. and PJ Washington. So the plan right now is to sim to the trade deadline. If we're looking really good, then I might make some moves to win right now. We'll just see what happens, but either way, let's get to it. So we're here to trade deadline and we're 33-17, second seed in Eastern Conference, which is pretty crazy. We're definitely in win now mode, so let me look around and see what trades I can do. So here's what I'm thinking of trying to send Brandon Boston Jr., PJ Washington, and our first round pick in this year's draft to the Wizards for Kyle Kuzma and Larry Nance Jr. The Wizards aren't really going anywhere right now with their current core. I mean, they got a couple guys here that are decent, but for the most part, I think it's time to focus on the young players, Justin Edwards, Bilal Coulibaly. Obviously, Kuzma doesn't fit that timeline at this point. You know, he's 31 years old on an expiring deal. Then you're getting PJ Washington and a first round pick. I think that is a pretty good return. And for us, I'm really just trying to strengthen my 9-man rotation. You know, Brandon Boston Jr., PJ Washington, that's like my backup 3 and 4. Kuzma's pretty much just going to take on both of those roles for us. He's going to be my backup 3-4. That definitely would be an upgrade for us. So let's see if they will say yes to this deal, man. Let's see. They are saying no. I will give you guys some second round picks. I don't want to do any more first round picks. But the good news is I've been doing a lot of trades for seconds. So I've got second round picks for days, and there we go. Kyle Kuzma, welcome to the team. And just like that, we got our 9-man rotation. We got LaMelo Ball. We got Jalil Bethia now starting for us. I decided to start him over Nick Smith Jr., man. I mean, take a look at these stats here. 13 points off the bench, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, and he's shooting pretty much 50, 40, 90, which is insane. Don't get me wrong, I like Nick Smith Jr. a lot too, but I think he's going to be our 6th man. Again, I said that at the beginning of the video. I'm not too mad at that being his role. But anyways, the full starting lineup is LaMelo Ball, Jalil Bethia, Brandon Miller, Modesty Zealous, and Mark Williams. On the bench now, we got Kyle Kuzma, Nick Smith Jr. We also got Naz Reid and Tyus Jones. And if we do want a 10th man, then we do have JT Thor still. This team is stacked, bro. I feel really good about it. It's definitely time to compete for a championship, so let's get back to simming. So we won 59-23, Darius Garland MVP. Let's take a look at the rest of this here and see if there's anything that concerns us. Yes, there is. Coach of the Year, Steve Clifford. Shout out to him. And it looks like that's it for us. Okay, what about the All-NBA teams? Let's go ahead and take a look at this here, as we do have LaMelo Ball All-NBA 3rd team for what, like the 3rd year in a row, I think. I don't really know, but yeah, it looks like that's it for us. So we're the top seed in the Eastern Conference. Talk about a really big step, man. And speaking of big steps, it looks like Brandon Miller's our leading scorer now. 20 points per game, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, and 2 steals. Round up round here, and he shot 42% from deep. We'll definitely take that. What about the rest of the team in terms of 3-point shooting? LaMelo Ball 43%. We also got Modesty Zealous 37. Let's see, we got Jalil Bethia 44, man. That's insane. Let's see, we also got Kyle Kuzma 35. We got Nick Smith Jr. 42, and we even got Naz Reid 35. So we definitely have enough 3-point shooting. That's good to see. But let's take a look at the rest of the stats. LaMelo Ball 19 points, 5 rebounds, 10 assists, and 1 steal. Then we got Modesty Zealous 16 points, 7 rebounds. 8 rebounds, 5 assists, a steal, and a block. What else do we got here? Jalil Bethia now a starter for us. 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and 1 steal. That's a really good year for him. Kyle Kuzma off the bench, 14 points, 5 boards, also 3 assists and a steal. And then Nick Smith Jr. now in the bench row for us, 13 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1 steal. Not too bad, man. Make sure to pause it if you want to take a look at the rest of the stats. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get into this playoff run and try to win a championship. Who are we going to face in the first round? It's going to be the Toronto Raptors. Okay, let's take a look at the matchup real quick, as it looks like they got Malik Thomas. Don't know who that is. Then they got Grady Dick, Brandon Ingram now. Okay, Pascal Siakam and Jakob Poeltl. It's a pretty good team, but I think that we are better. So let's go ahead and get into this. Hopefully I did not jinx it as we lose game 1. Yeah, okay, we bounced right back. That's good. Let's see, 2-1 us. 3-1 us. Can we get the gentleman sweep? Yes, we can. Okay. So a little bit of a scare there, but we are moving on to the second round, and we're going up against the Orlando Magic. Okay. Let's take a look at the matchup real quick, as they got Anthony Black, Emmanuel Quickly. That's interesting. Then they got Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero, and Wendell Carter Jr. It's a pretty good team, but once again, I do think that we are better. So let's get into this thing as we win game one. It's 2-0, guys. Let's see, 2-1. That makes sense. They didn't think I'd sweep them. It's 2-2. I'm going to shorten the rotation. We might as well just play this thing safe. And I'm not going to lie, I forgot I made it a 9-man rotation already. But I did get some more minutes to the starters here. Not so much for the bench. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. Can we win 2 games against the Orlando Magic? We win that one. Can we close it out? And we can. Okay. So now we're moving on to the conference finals for the first time in this video. And we're going up against the Indiana Pacers. Let's take a look at the matchup. They got Tyrese Halliburton, Stephon Castle. Then they got Mikal Bridges now. That's really good. They also got Jarris Walker and James Wiseman. Okay. This is an interesting team here. But let's go ahead and get into it as we win game one. I think that we are better. And so hopefully I'm not going to jinx it once again. But we're up 2-1, 3-1 now. Can we close this thing out? And we can. All right. So now we're here in the NBA Finals, man. Year 4. Is this the year for us? We're going up against the Houston Rockets. This is going to be tough. So they got Dylan Harper, Amen Thompson. No Jalen Green, apparently. Interesting. They also got Lauri Markkanen. That's pretty scary. But then they got Jabari Smith Jr. and Kevon Looney. No Alperen Sengun. This is a very beatable team, man. I think we match up pretty well here. So let's go ahead and get into it as we win game 1. That's good. Let's see. 2-0 us. Oh, is it going to be that easy? Yes, it is. The Charlotte Hornets have done it. It took 4 seasons, man. We played the long game, but we finally won a championship. LaMelo Ball MVP, 23 points, 6 rebounds, 13 assists, 2 steals, shot 43% from deep. Jeez, come on, man. He definitely did his thing. Shout out to him. And shout out to Brandon Miller too, man. Take a look at these closeout game stats. 24 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists, 5 steals in 43 minutes. That's pretty insane. And he looked really good the whole postseason. 24 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 3 steals, 1 block up around here. Shot 43% from deep. Shout out to him. LaMelo also stepped it up in the playoffs. 22 points, 6 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals. Also shot 45% from deep. Modest Zealous did his thing too. I mean, 20 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. And he shot 42% from deep. I mean, everyone did their thing, man. You love to see it. And when you take a look at this team, I mean, they're definitely set up for the future. LaMelo Ball, 25 years old. Brandon Miller, 24. Modest Zealous, 21. We also got Mark Williams, 25. Kyle Kuzma, kind of the veteran here, 31 years old. Nick Swift Jr., 23. I mean, Jalil Bethia, 21. This team is nice, man. I'm really happy with how it came out. But anyways, man, that's going to do it for me. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Again, I'm trying to get to 3K subs, and I'm also trying to get back on my grind. I know my posting schedule has been inconsistent at best. I've just been super busy with work. Like I said, I'm a journalist. I cover college football, so I really don't have a lot of free time this time of year, but I'm trying my best to give you guys some entertaining videos whenever I can, so I really do appreciate your support. This has been 2KJ. Blessings.